Welcome to the Real Double Dose Channel broadcast station, focused on the real reels of real life, love, growth, and of course, elevation within all levels. RDDC is exactly the place where anyone can discover more depth, love, light, and clarity within themselves, and elevate from other people's walks of life, conversations, and questions, along with deeper insights. So tune in and be a part of the Double Doses with Lexus T and RDDC.
Hello, everyone, families, new beginnings, and old journeys that are still just as present right now. This is your girl, Lexus T, coming at you from hashtag the Real Double Dose Channel or hashtag Real Double Dose Channel. Flip the switch, yes, DA, as well as Spirit and Mind Elevation, which I probably should have said a little earlier. And we have Sea Hearts rolling out. And Lex Effect Coaching is going on its way just as much and many, many, many more. And I know it's been a little bit coming. I know it's been there, and work with me. I'm actually standing up having this audio conversation with you. I'm not able to sit down right now because it's a journey. So I suppose, let me just get into the normal intro. This is your host, Lex, coming at you straight from the heart where the talk is real, the vibe is live. And depending on who has the vibe with it, thank you for tuning in from all our 17 plus syndicate platforms. Those of you who are still thriving and new, I got a chance to check the stats a little bit ago from Angie. And Angela showed me. I haven't been able to check anything. And everyone, I just want to say thank you for your love, support, and consistency, even if you felt that it was a hiccup. No, I'm not letting it down. I'm not forgetting about it. And I hope you can hear me very clearly. If not, please turn up your volumes and please work with me. I have not been able to sit in a chair since maybe just a day or two before Christmas of last year, which technically was almost 2 months ago, almost 2 months ago. Happy New Year. And whenever you're listening to this, whether it be 2037 or 2045, right now we're currently in 2025, but it doesn't mean this is not an evergreen conversation, because you need to take it to yourself and put it in the ground and make it a new sensation. Yes, I rhymed that. Now, I know that this is going to be a conversation I've been thinking about. This is from the glory of God, the creator of all things. The creator of the universe, everything, creator of the universe, everything. And by the blessing of God, I'm here to even speak with you. I actually had an audio for you that was about 10, 12 minutes long a couple weeks ago, and I was exhausted. Now, mind you, my lungs, everything has been through so much. And you're probably saying, well, tell me, Lex, you got me on the edge. What happened? Well, I still have to unfold this. I want to say thank you to Mr. HVH, Heck versus Hell, for keeping it together. Tangi, Miss Angela, she's been with us for pretty much several years now. And also our wonderful team member, and part of the team and the family, Philippa. She's been amazing. Miss Pretty. It keeps us grounded, and I'm happy that we're all here. Tony, he's still there, Mr. Tony Starks, but he still does his thing from a little bit, having so many bambinos and bambinas with his wife. I think it's just keeping him a little bit more heavier than he thought, going on baby number 7, I believe. Thank you for the thoughts and prayers. Also to the church that sent me bouquets of flowers. The SDA church, the Seventh-day Adventist church. And it's I say the church because obviously I know where my heart is when it comes down to the spirituality of understanding our connection with God. So on this cusp, I want to have a conversation which is brief, and my breath, like I said before, is running out in between. It's just from the anesthesia. It's just from my body being tired, going through my womanhood as well throughout it, being irritated throughout the hospital journey. Unfortunately, I'm telling you, I got so much to share with you. It's going to be so many series. So not every series is going to carry this the entire time. But I'm going to be informing you and getting you up on that in between. So you might just have a normal conversation with me coming back, but everything, I can't really say that because everything relates to what I've been gone through, right? What's been happening. I'm still in the healing journey. I'm probably, I want to say I'm about 50% there. To be fair, from where I started, I'm probably about 45%. I will say that, and it varies on where it goes, and stress and different things in life have to do with those things. So I'm coming at you always raw form, but I'm rawer than ever when it comes down to it. I'm actually wearing more of a hospital style relaxational robe, if you might say, because I feel more comfortable in this element than just having pants, shirt, my blouse and stuff on. But let's just say that Diablo. Now, I can't say it's just the devil itself because I don't want to give too much glory to where it's not even glory, period. I just feel like there's so many aspects to cut this through. And as people say, oh, Lex, the goddess or the oracle. Listen, when you're called by God, you have so many things that attack you, so many things that are taught to you, just like the book of Job, so many things that are happening. And who am I to forsake the journey of God through it? It has so many revelations through all the stuff that happened, sitting in that hospital for nearly a month in that bed, knowing that my life, even hearing the doctors pray with my mother over my body, as she said, let's have a word of prayer, and my body in the ER. It went from me thinking just some antibiotics and I'm going to go home to literally one hospital to the next area to let's go to the ER. They'll bring you into surgery immediately because you might go into shock. And then we know limbs could be missing or death, or coma. And I thought to myself, why is this happening? Long story short, it was a series of unfortunate events, right? Probably about a few days before Christmas even happened of 2024, right? So a couple months ago. I thought maybe this is like a little on my bikini line. I thought maybe I think it was an ingrown hair. And I remember I had took my anger out on it and like literally stuck my nails in it or did something. I was so angry at it because I was like, man, I was just flustered with life and things happening. And I was like, man, I think my moon was going to come on. And I was feeling moody and I attacked it. And I felt like I was putting the world of the hurt of the world inside of my thing. I'm like, why am I doing this to my skin? I'm like, oh, it hurt. Overall, it basically internalized itself on me and became a very, very, well, it wasn't, well, even though they injected me with like 8 different types of antibiotics from across the board, the strongest ones, I guess, that mess your veins up. I can't think of the name. It starts with an N or something like that. I believe. But it was the normal ones that most people have, I guess, the Streptococcus aureus or something that's under our nails and everywhere. And I'm glad that it was more normalized to what people have every day going on with their skin. But I'm like, I'm a OCD, clean person. How could this happen to me? I'm like, my doctor's surgery team, like 20, 30 doctors at this point, 35, 40 nurses I went through literally. Met some good connections, contacts, exchange different stuff. And not so other good times. I'll explain to you that later. Okay. This might be 10 or 12 series. But at the same time, there's nuggets to take from this, huge nuggets. And I'm still learning and progressing. Even though it's hard for me to stand here and talk right now and my lungs feel like exasperated, I'm still going through with it because I need to touch base with you all. And you could be going through a million times worse. You could be going through the best lovely time saying, oh, I don't want to hear about that right now. It's not about a grumpy time of what you don't want to hear. It's what needs to be heard within what you're hearing. And repeat that. It's not about what a person does or doesn't want to hear. It's what needs to be heard. Now, just because you don't want to hear about a bridge closing and you close your ears off, if you drive over that bridge, guess what? You're going to think, man, why didn't I hear the sign? Because you closed your ears off, right? Or just because you're already going through a falling trap doesn't mean you can't prevent yourself from going through another one. So what I want to say for that is, long story short, it internalized itself, completely inflamed me up. I guess the poison just got too much. It was spewing. I had to hold it almost like a gunshot wound on my side. Went to the ER. It's a whole journey, but that's not the point of it though. I'm going to get to more of that. And we can hear that exclusively later on when I have more conversations about it. I'm not really ready to talk about those things because in one, I'm still irking myself like, ew, I actually went through that. And it makes me like an OCD-ish kind of person. And 2, I'm still in that. Once my wound, which looked like a shark bite, and I will have some of those photos available very exclusively. Maybe I'll have it a Patreon or so forth because it is a very exclusive view in my groin area, bikini line area. It's going to be tapered and nice and decent, but you can see just how much in the healing journey as well. So overall, I felt it. I almost felt like I was going to black out. I was feeling so sick and I couldn't understand. And my mind was like, it's holidays, hospitals are busy, especially the Mayo Clinic. It was just busy, phone lines. I don't want to go through the process. And I was just tired, always exhausted from doing so much and having so much in my mind and trying to help the journey of everyone else in certain ways, and neglecting myself. So overall, if I think by the grace of God, I said, let's go to the hospital. We saw my doctor. They got it there. I was supposed to go to the ER that night, but I was just done. But I went the next morning, and thankfully it still wasn't too late then. So I wish I would have went in several days before, but it was so bad. The doctors actually asked me, did I have this going on for a month or so? And I was like, really? Like, you're telling me I can go into sepsis and die? Or you really thought I could, maybe my body could have held this off for a whole month or so, but I wasn't feeling it. Trust me. I was sitting here 105 degrees, shaking and screaming on the phone, like almost when I had COVID. I was like, oh, like it was like the worstest roller coaster ride of hell. And I'm like, what is going on? So I want to leave you with that. I'm leaving you only with that. Yes, I know. Don't get mad. Okay. Like, oh, how are you going to tell us something to cut us off? I have to, honeys. I have to. One, because I don't want to exasperate my energy. I want to do a TSMA episode with Mr. HVH. You can hear him every Friday before 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I hope, or at least sometime in that day, depending where you are. And I don't know how much energy I have to share with him, but I did want to get into the conversation with him and not pushing myself. See, I'm here to touch base and let you know it's still here. Even if it's twice a month that you're here or twice a week, I'm still here. We still have our guests rolling out, interview spots. This is still thriving. I see you all here, downloads, listening. I see it. I love it. I call it. But just because things slow down, just remember things are happening. And I made a vow, as long as I'm breathing, I'm still be on here with you all. Don't get it ever twisted, please. Okay. And in this case right here, I was literally like traumatized, comatized, and then went to the ER and been in the whole ER or the my whole hospital room for nearly a month, getting discharged. So yeah, and it took me another outpatient weeks to get there, and surgical team still checking up on me right now, and I still have more appointments here. So just work with your girl, but this is an update on what's going on with your girl Lex. Okay. It's very difficult to even turn on my computer, let alone do some things. And it's just more energy wise than anything. Therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, getting to that point. Now I'm touching base, not 90% through the journey. I'm touching base before we get to 50%. That's how dedicated I am. And I literally tried to touch base 2 weeks ago if my audio didn't go to crap. Thank you, Zoom, for doing not even having my recording on there, which really devastated me because I tried my best. Well, I was gonna say breath, but I tried my best to give it all that I had at that time. I was like maybe 2 weeks ago or so. So yeah, I'm just as much here, but I want you to all have your ears up here. And the journey of that is I'm still standing, I'm still strong. Now I want you to look at this from just a little bit that you heard. Okay, just rewind it, slow it down. I'm giving it a little bit faster because my breath is paced more. But think of that. Through it all, through the deaths and the funerals, through the journey, through the abuse, through the crazy happenings, through almost dying and still trying to figure out, navigate, can I even sit in my car again normal? It's a whole lot of heaviness, but it's also a yoke that I can leave in the hands of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, Yeshua, okay, Elohim, all the names that you want to say, God, the creator of all things. I can leave in the hands of God to say, look, no, come on. I mean, I'm into everything and I'm passionate in love with the books. I'm in love with going on and figuring out how to use technology to help others, take loads off your shoulder. But Lord knows I know what it is to be really heavy with that, especially since 2008. Having to do different stuff, having to have the coaching, I'm still thriving. And I had the biggest regrets and the biggest eye-openers in that room before I even went to my first surgery. Mind you, this is nearly 9 surgeries later. Yes, just in the month of January. I know. So, that's a lot of anesthesia too. And one of the anesthesiologists was really cool. He let me actually pump myself full of anesthesia. And I remember I was just like, boom, I just got dropped out. It's a deep sleep, not to mention the painkillers and the heparin shots and the heparin shots to make sure you don't blood clot from laying in the bed and catheters and so forth. I'm learning everything, even how to hold my bladder right. So I'm telling you, I'm coming from the remolding state, but it's good because what it means is for me in a different dialogue, remember, there's probably like 25 things minimal I could take from this journey, and we can't on this conversation with you right now. And what I'm saying for that is it's a whole molting process. Just like the butterfly will shed from the cocoon or the cocoon, just like I'm just saying, the snake will shed its skin. just like everything will happen. They'll shed its fur, its coat, or like the antlers will shake off and they'll have a new antler setting coming in. It's almost like a whole, and it is like a rebirthing of things. I knew it was coming during my milestone birthday, and I knew something was coming. But it let me know: is my house in order? Are my things in order? Did I do more than what I could? I regret. I felt so heavy with the things that even going to Olive Garden. Yes, I said it. This is not promoted by Olive Garden. Now, for Olive Garden person, if you're hearing it, you're welcome to send some chicken Alfredo coupons over here if you want, and I'll even do a little segment about how we get it. No negativity, even the salad, we got it. But pero it gave me an insight to be like, man, I was like, man, did I get a chance to give away the partnership that I have with one of the number one major retailers online, e-commerce? Did I get a chance to do enough? Could I have done this? Who's going to have my bank account? Who's going to have my car? I don't have any living offspring at this moment. So I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, what am I doing? Did I tell my mom I loved her enough? Did I tell, everyone in my life how much I cared and I loved? Even Mr. Heck versus Hell over here, right? Who I love very much so. That's like so much of me, so much of me within him. Obviously a male version of himself, different variations of where our life stages are and what happened, but you know what I mean? Tangent, same thing. Like, did I get a chance to give the sisterhood? Did I do? And I'm thinking, how did I get in this situation right now in this moment? I'm thinking, whoa, it was just not that things can happen to me because my whole life, trust me, from abuse and beyond, and things have been happening. Well, let me tell you, constantly. And even though there's a perfect little moment with quietness, I'm always kind of prepared. But this did catch me off guard. Really did, especially the staying in the hospital that long and all the multiple surgeries and so forth. And the aftermath is still going on. But it let me know, not the point that I'm not human, because obviously I'm in the flesh, but it also let me know, hey, be prepared for anything. Always be prepared for anything and everything. Not to live on the edge and be nervous about it, but if you are going to get that ice cream cone, do it that day. If you're going to there's no such thing. And I do believe that goals will mess you up. And I believe Mr. Myron Golden was saying that. You can look him up, bomb stuff. But, I remember he said something about goals, and I was like, he's true. He was like, half of you didn't even do the goals you had for 2025 new list. And I'm thinking, I don't even have those no more. I have no goal. I just see the next day with a new number. And the goal is to have no goals because I'm so busy getting them done. I don't have any more regrets in my mind. In my mind, I thought and live with no regrets when it comes down to what we live with and what we went through. But it also has to do with where we are right now and what we didn't do yesterday and what we will do tomorrow that we could do today. Now, I'm in the predicament to where I can't really do much physically. My brother's been helping me out with a whole lot of stuff and moving boxes and trying to do the little bit that I can without being exhausted. And even now, after these episodes, I'm going to have to lay down and possibly take a nap and take some pain medicine. That's real what it is. I don't have that much energy. And then I'll still do some work for the partnerships and stuff where I can, little by little. But I look at that, I'm like, man, stop. Right now is right now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but today. So maybe that's what we call it. Not yesterday. I don't even know a title like that. Not yesterday, no tomorrows, today. That's what I like the series to be called. No more tomorrows. All right, so maybe I should be saying no more yesterday. We'll figure it out. But I like that. I like that spin on that. We'll get it. There's longer titles out there that I've seen, so don't hate on me, people. Familyans. But no, I just want to say that I wanted to show the love and energy and let you know it's never a neglecting you. Neglect. Okay. It's never that. It's always you're from my heart to my mind. I feel so heavy knowing that I can't be around you the way I want. But that's the whole point for Evergreen episodes, though, There's about 300 or so and some other platforms and stuff we have, too. So you can't say I haven't been given the double doses, And it was in the same hospital my sister walked the floors in and worked in for over a decade. God rest her soul. And we even saw some apparitions there. The nurses got freaked out. I'm telling you, it's a whole nother journey being there. But I'm telling you right now, it's something. I can't even go to sleep. I literally stay up all night. I probably get like 2 hours of sleep a day if I'm quote blessed. I would say blessed, not lucky. I just want to say more. And I'm thinking, okay, But overall, it's been a pleasure. It's been time, energy saved. It's just do me a favor and yourself first and foremost. But God in the beginning. What is it that you're putting off today? Right? It could be the simplest thing, putting your daughter's hair in a pigtail, going to rake the leaves, and possibly seeing a stranger pass by and they smile at you, and that could be the set off for their day. I don't know. Don't put yourself in harm's way. But what I'm telling you is, what is it that we're constantly putting off? And I saw a lot of things on one of the mastermind casts that I went on earlier. Just take a glimpse. I was actually late, but he was saying a lot of the comments and stuff from the groups was saying, I'm fearful of being on a stage. I'm fearful of being on showing my face on video. I'm fearful of no one wanting to hear my story if it's not interesting enough. I'm fearful of not knowing why I have the fear of success or failure. And I looked at all those things and I'm like, dang, man, right now I'm at this point where I'm like, I just want to be healed already. But even when my closure coming in and being closed, I still have to get my occupational quote or the therapy of actually being, I'm doing good with brushing my teeth and doing stuff like that. But, even putting my socks on or even not having dizziness when I walk a little bit, that's a little journey to go. I mean, I give myself at least a good 3 more months before I'm even prepared for that, let alone navigating behind the wheel safely. So I'm just like, you're throwing off completely off your square. And I want to get to it right now, but I'm like, I'm not going to wait until I'm 80%, 90% healed. Yeah, I understand God's taking me through a journey. And that's why I'm pacing myself at God's pace and trying to stay connected and keep my mind instead of just being, basically ADD, attention deficit disorder, because I'm literally getting to a point where I'm like, I was watching shorts excessively and trying to keep my mind stirred up and going. I don't know, feeling crazy. My mom was like, you're talking all. I'm like, yeah, because I have a very limited energy capacity. And I have to I felt at the time, but it's been slowed down now. I got to have my thoughts, writing down different things, taking different audios, having concepts, but I'm making sure not to bombard myself and doing 1 to 2 things at a time this time and doing them even more correct than I wanted to them begin with. But what I won't do is wait until the time of, I'm finally healed. It's June or May. I feel back to it. Now let me get to it. And it's going to take even more. You don't really have 12 months. You got every day as a new year and a new start. And you're not even promised to finish the full day. That's what I saw. Even the video I saw where a man was just sitting in the traffic light on his motorcycle, ready to turn, just doing his thing, and all of a sudden some car comes out, some big, huge truck, some monster looking truck comes out driving and does something or gets hit, and it comes wailing straight at him. I mean, literally, they cut the camera at that moment, but already the guy either has severe issues or didn't make it. And to me, I was thinking life can happen that quick. We all know it can happen so quick with me. Even you're like, oh, well, Lex, you were, you kind of felt something coming. Yeah, I thought I was going to have some antibiotics and go home. It would drain out of my system, whatever. I didn't think it was going to turn into a month at the hospital. Therapy and all this stuff and medicine and 8 surgery. No, but I know all these things that work against me work for the good of those who love him and keep his commandments. And even though we can't keep everyone, I know that deep in my heart, all I can think about is the day that I get a chance to go home with my God above. And hopefully that door is open unto me, not from my deeds, but from the fact that I'm in love with the one and true only essence that made me in love. That's what I can stand by. I have a lot of work in progress. Sometimes profanity comes out, anger issues, all this other stuff with the human part. But the Lex effect itself is touched by God and not, quote, man or woman. It's not my system to be able to hold that. And that's what keeps it so sacred. So I'm going to end this off with you. I hope you got the message through. I hope it wasn't too fast. Remember, I'm still through not even 50% of the healing process. And you'll be able to see those photos and different variation, even the darkness under my eyes, if you want to see, my little head scrub, all that. I'm going to have that available. Probably maybe like a secret little blog. I don't know. I'll roll it out. I'll roll it out. But when the time comes, I'll probably be later on, maybe near fall, by the time I get things organized, or even maybe before then. But whatever it is, start writing down your notes in your journal. Start writing down different things. That one thing that keeps you say, hey, this is what I don't want to regret out of all things, whether it be giving your animal a walk around the block or a hug to your family or volunteering at a station, whatever it might be. Life can happen so fast. Literally, like it says in the Bible, when we all rise up with Christ, we're going to be changed within a blink of an eye. that quick when you blink your eye. Just picture that. Okay, Mr. Dump Truck. Sorry, can't control the streets. But I'm saying, like, just picture that. The blink of an eye. Boom. Mine's a little slow right now because I'm tired. But anyway, remember, so I'm going to see if I can hook up with Heck. If not, then we'll catch you on the next one, but I will be there as much as possible and try to be more organized, more aligned. So, it's tiring when I try to go down that journey because I can only go with what my body will allow, my mind will allow right now. And that's a promise that I have to keep. So yeah, maybe this is broken up into a part 1 or a part 2. But it's going to be many, many series about this because this is still ongoing. It's been extensive since, remember, like a day before Christmas Christmas Eve, all the way until, the whole month of January, basically. Yeah, so I'm just kind of reverberating. Anyway, remember to be the change, feel the passion, embrace the power of the Spirit. Remember, you are amazing, fruitful, and you are the child of God. And you will make manifest when you truly believe and don't have any more regrets than you have to. And we will say, no yesterdays, no tomorrows, but today. All right. Part 1. I love you. You're amazing. And I will, God willing, be back with you very, very soon with more breath and energy. I love you.